Hello, good morning. Hi, I'm Jen. This is Hagrid Crafts, and it is May 12th, 2020, day 2425 of lockdown. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Can you tell? Going a little wackadoodle. We'll talk about what's been going on here, and I had some questions from a viewer who is now living in a prohibition state, and it's totally dry. There's no gin to be found anywhere. So I think that's bad and funny at the same time. I'm sorry, Kimber. Yeah, and just a quick update on what's going on with everybody else. Vegan Pixie, she has fostering a dog right now, which is pretty freaking amazing. And what else is going on? Oh, Helen Duffin of Sprite966. She has quarantined her own hair, and it looks really, really good. And I can't believe that you did that all on your own. That's like, holy shit. I hate you so much right now. I wish I could do that to my hair. I don't hate you, by the way. You know what I mean. Yeah. So, what are we going to talk about? We got some knitting. I have one finished sock. I did some work on my blanket. What else? I'm looking at my notes right here. I have cross stitch, and you guys are going to be amazed. There is some sewing, and there's some sewing fiasco that happened. It was a disaster, darling. I have acquisitions and, yeah, some little crafty sewing projects that I had to get done. I have one finished top, and if you can see behind me, I have another one that will be worked on today. I have some fabric coming. I found, thanks to the speckled sewer, I think it's speckled sewer, I can't remember her name. It's terrible. I'll put a link to her YouTube channel below. I found some de-stash groups on Facebook for fabric, which are amazing, and I've already purchased from someone who just started selling. She had this really thick cotton double knit jersey that's like a rose, a deep rose color, and I am trying desperately to find a pattern for a rugby top. The only ones I've been able to find are in America, and I really don't want to pay for the shipping because it's outrageous. So basically doubles the price of the pattern, which is really ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on. I can't wait to show you my Christmas acquisition. I don't know why I've got Christmas stuck in my head, but I was listening to Christmas carols yesterday. I've just lost all sense. But yeah, so I think we'll kick it off. I'm really so excited about my cross stitch. I'd really like to start with that. So let's get going. Kim, you might recognize the fabric that I'm using for one of these things that I'm about to show. Oh, by the way, oh my god, woman, if you are working on that Riolis Halloween one, could you please send me a picture of that? Please, 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 please. I don't know what's going on, but my Instagram is not working again on my freaking iPad. I don't know what to do. I really want to just send it to Apple and have them fix it. So if you've posted a picture of it there, I can't see it. So if you could send me one in the post, in the mail, that'd be great. So I'll just show this. I pinched a pattern, a free pattern off Pinterest of a pumpkin, because I'm changing things up in the frame, so you guys will see it next week, in the frame that has our two witches in. So I don't even know who this is from. It's called Trick or Treat. I think it's probably out of a magazine. But yeah, so this is the pattern. This is the pumpkin pattern. Yeah, don't mind my nails. There's been a lot of stuff going on, so I've had to clip them all off. But yeah, and my engagement ring's all screwed. But yeah. Oh, before anybody goes, oh my god, what happened to your wrist? That was me shaving my legs. So my wrist got shaved. Freaking hurt. Anyway, so that's the pumpkin. I'm using some, and I don't have the tag for it, I don't think. I bought this embroidery floss and when I went up to Lake District to the Sheep and Wool Festival. It's by Jean Oliver. It's called, the company's called Oliver Twists. Here. There we go. So obviously not guaranteed color fast, but it's never going to get washed, so it doesn't really matter. So this is what I've gotten done so far. So I have a few more rows of the pumpkin body left, and then I'm going to do the sock. And this, it doesn't call for any like swirly viney bits, but I'm going to put some in, and that is what's going to go in the middle of that thing, as opposed to the really sort of modern-y one that's in there now. So yeah, so that's what's going in there. So I got that done. I'm feeling the cross stitch right now. I mean, super duper feeling it, which is making me so happy. Right, sure. The next thing I'm going to show you is this realist pattern that I've had for donkey's ages. Yeah, remember this? Remember this? I never thought I was going to be one of those, oh, I'm going to take 25 years to cross stitch anything. But look how far I got. The fence is all done now. Completely done. Everything is done. I've just got to finish the leaves up. I've changed the colors up of the leaves though, because in the section that you're seeing this dark red in, on this, it's like this medium gray. If you can see, like right here where my finger is. It's medium gray, but I changed it up because I want it to look more autumnal. So I'm going to mix that yellowy color that you see right here, which is going to be the other leaves, with this here. So it'll look more autumnal. Anyway, I plan to finish that up this week. It's just going. I just don't know what's happening, but good things are happening here. I'm so excited. I did not start the other one because I thought, nope, you've got these two things in here, and I really want to reframe that project with the two witches for us, Kim, so then I can bring it up and show it because I'll feel better about it. So that's the cross stitch, and there will be more. And Kim, if you send me that project, a picture of that project, I'm probably going to pick that up as well, because I've been dying to do that. And if I'd have known that you were working on it, I would have freaking picked mine up probably. So let's talk about knitting. Helen was kind enough to give me a pattern for a sweater. And I intended to start that sweater because hers looks amazing. It's like a jacket. It's like really good. And I don't know why I didn't. I don't know. I was feeling kind of overwhelmed by my knitting. And I put a lot of projects into hibernation this week. Based on that conversation that I talked to you guys all about, that Helen and I had about, you know, if you don't like working on your works in progress, nothing says you have to. So I put some things aside for right now. But I did find a sweater pattern that I thought would go really quick for me. And I will put a picture of it right here. It is called the Sunday Cardigan. It is by Petite Knits, I think. I think she's Danish, and I really liked this, and it looked like it wasn't going to take a ton of time. And oh god, what do we call it? Losing my brain. The ease. The ease is built in. So she sized the pattern for ease, so you don't have to like do the next one up or whatever. But I really like the looks of this. It's a knit top down. You knit the button bands as you go, so you don't have to pick up stitches. It's just like a really quick project. The pattern is in English, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to working on that sporadically. So yeah. I'm going to be using the wool that I had put a set aside for the Knit One Below sweater, which I don't think is ever going to get knit, to be honest. Which is unfortunate, but there you go. I'm actually giving away a lot of my knitting books to charity as soon as we can get out. I've got a stack out there like this high. That I'm going to give away because I just don't want the bulk, and I'm looking around my house thinking I'm gonna croak in like 30 years, and I don't want my son to have to deal with all of this shit. So yeah, I'm gonna clear out as much as I can. Anyway, we don't want to talk about death, do we? Not really. What else? Yeah, so I'm gonna make a start on that as well. I'm doing a lot of cast oning thingy this week, but there you go. Right, so I've got one of the socks done with the Vintage Patriot. I'm gonna not lie to you. I sped through this last night. To be honest with you, I think the progress marker was like down here, and I just went shoo. Basically because and I really liked the product, but I needed my needles for something else I'm going to show you in a minute. And I've already got the other socks on the other set of 2.5 millimeter knitted pride carbon, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, this came out. So this is my own hand dyed, the Vintage Patriot. The cuff, heel, and toe is Stroll Knitpick in the Dogwood Heather. Knitpick Stroll, sorry. But yeah, I really like the patternation. You can see now where I started that patterning out the side and then just went. But yeah, and they're just for me around the house, so yeah. So I'm really pleased that is done. And I'm looking forward to picking the other one up and starting that as soon as I get done with the project that I'm going to show you, not next, but in a second. The next knitting thing I have to show you is just some progress on those Limeade socks for my sister-in-law. I didn't do a ton of sock knitting, but I got some done. So first I'll show you the wool. This is Knitpicks Felici in the Limeade colorway. Yep. Really like that. Very pretty. Looks very nice knit up, but I think all Felici looks very nice knit up. So this is where I was last week, so I just finished turning the heel, and I've knit up through here. 5x1 rib, 2.5 millimeters toe up. I only ever do a contrast heel on Felici wool because it's always self-striping, so I don't feel the need really. But yeah, so this is what it's looking like. Really liking it. There's the heel that was turned last week. There we go. Yeah, so might work on those today. I'm in the mood after I work on my cross stitch. And I got a cast on for that sweater. So excited about that. Yeah. Now, the reason that I had to finish this up, this sock here, was because the wool came yesterday from a wool warehouse for the Spooky Pumpkin Mix. So the picture's not very good because my printer's running out of ink, but yeah. So these are Fingerless Glove. Won't show you the pattern because I think it's paid for. Can't remember. Maybe not. I can't remember. Anyway. So this is what it is. I'm really, really liking it. I didn't choose the same colors. It's by Cat in a Sweater, as you can see. I'll just set that there for now. Right, so the wool that I ordered, because I think I saw this on the Happy Knitting podcast, maybe, or trying to think who used it. Might have been Ellie from Craft House Magic. But this Drops Fable, I guess it's a workhorse yarn. It's not super soft, but it's not super rough. Like, I can keep it in against my neck, so I know it's going to be fine. But I got, well, the tags off the black, but these are the colors that I chose. So I think this was burnt orange. It is color 1110. This is green apple, and that is color 1112. And I'm not sure if I have the label for the black, so I can tell you the color. It's a superwash 100% wool. And it is, oh no, it's 75% wool, 25% polyamide, and this is color 400. So yeah, I mean, I've had some great success with Drops Alpaca. And so I was very, very anxious to receive that wool. It took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take, but yeah, I'm glad it came. So where you see the skulls, that's going to be that green. And then this pumpkin area will be orange. So green and then orange. I actually thought about doing an alternate green, like a kind of neon purpley color, but then I changed my mind and went, yeah, that's good enough. So I have made a start on these since last night, and I've gotten 10 rows done. And it doesn't look very big, and I was like really surprised. So this is a twisted rib, by the way. Sorry, twisted rib, which is always very squishy. It doesn't look very wide, so you know, I got like big fat arms. But I've been trying it on as I've been going, and there's a great deal of stretch, but not to the point where it's distorting the stitches, if you know what I mean. So there you go. Whew. What's on that? There we go. So yeah, so I'm quite happy with how that's coming out. Where is that? That's driving me mad. Get off there. So pleased, so excited to start some collar work. I haven't done it in ages. So yeah, so those are being knit on 2.5mm Knitter's Pride carbons, and yeah, you will see progress on those for sure. So that is that, and that is that. And then the last knitting I'm going to show you is some work on my blanket. So I got a few more squares to put in, and I've chosen my next color, and I'm running out of minis, but that's okay. Right, so let's open this up. Oh, and by the way, I can't remember who asked me. Somebody sent me a message. Sorry, I can't remember. I'm sorry, I feel bad. I wanted to say your name. Poop. Anyway, someone asked me about the back of my work, because I don't show it. And specifically about ends. This is the back of my work. When I finish 3-4 of these before I start the next round for this week, I will weave in the ends. So I've been doing that as I go, so I never have to worry about it when it's finished. So let's go here. So the last one that you saw is where my little piece of Halloween cake is from Copo UK. I really recommend them. I love that. That makes me happy when I see this. So I got 4 squares done, and the first one I'll show you is that wool that I dyed up. So that was the peppermint stick that I dyed, and then I don't know what this is. And in fact, I don't know what any of the ones I'm going to show you are. Really sorry. There we go. But this is really lovely. Earthy tones. This is a combination of 2. So I had this much of this one left, and then I just combined it with a teeny tiny bit of this, which I don't know what it is either, sorry, that I had left. And then I had this, which I think was some kind of like Patton's Croy sock mini. And I'll tell you the reason that I don't know half of these is because I just bought minis out of people's D-stash, so they just wound stuff up and they didn't ever really say, you know, what this was. So when I do know what it is, I will tell you. But yeah, so I got 4 more squares on my blanket, which made me feel really positive. The next color is that little beautiful bit of pink and purple. Here. There we go. So that's the next color. So progress on the blanket. Even if it's, I mean, if it takes me the next 10 years to finish the blanket, I don't care, as long as I'm doing something on it. So I guess I will show you the spinning next. So I'm going to put a picture right here of the bobbin. And this is some of the draft that I've been, oh my god, that smells like sheep. It's so nice. This is some of the draft that I've been spinning it from. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, so obviously, as you can see, there's not a ton of that done, but enough. So, showed you one acquisition. Now we're going to talk about some sewing. I did no crochet this week at all. I didn't even pull my box out with my blanket on it. So very sorry. But what I did do, this is my second acquisition and last, is I bought myself another Christmas panel because I couldn't resist it. It just reminded me of home so much. But okay, I'm going to have to put this in front of my face. So I bought another advent calendar panel. I bought this from Wool Warehouse, actually. And they have a lot of really nice motif fabrics. And they have fabrics on sale. A lot of fabrics on sale, in fact. They don't vary from cotton. I mean, that's pretty much what you get is cotton. But so if you're a quilter, give it a go. So I got this advent calendar. And I love this so much. I cannot wait to use this. So yeah, it's a pretty little Christmas tree. And here, I'll show you the boxes. I wish there was some way I could save this stuff. I saw the cutest pattern for some to use tartan the other day, but here. So these are the panels. This one's a little bit easier than the one that I showed you guys last year that I did, because they actually come in their rows. They're identifying rows. And they show you where to cut. So, because these are in, like if you look at the bottom, you can see the bottom of the tree. So you see 7, 4, and 12 on this side over here, right? So then if I go down here, you will see 7, 4, and 12 here at the bottom. Down here all together, so it's going to make it a little bit easier to put together. Plus, you know, I have my one from last year, which we will continue to utilize with our little bits of Cadbury chocolates and things in. But this one, I have decided that I'm going to get one of those variety packs of those like tea bags, but it's coffee, because Ian's a big coffee drinking guy. I thought I would utilize those, put them into pockets, so put 2 each, and then in the morning he could take his off to work if he wanted, or if it's a weekend, have it home, and I can have mine in the morning, and we can have different coffees every morning, you know, just as a kind of a Christmassy sort of keep warm thing. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do with that one. And then we can have our little chocolatey bits after tea at night or something. So, yeah. Sorry, I have to drink coffee. I'm dying. And then the last thing that I want to show you before I show you the top that I made this week is this little caddy. Now, this is very poorly put together. But I had some scrap fabric, like from my knitting bag, and I wanted to use it up. So I had this polka dotty green stuff from another fat quarter pack that I used. I'm not going to show you the back because it's that poorly put together. It's really bad back here. But anyway, I really hate this. Really hate strings. Gets off. And you get off. So yeah, so sorry about that. So this has got all of my, this is my seam ripper, obviously my little hem ruler, my Droit carbon marker, my quilt markers, my quilt pens, and then I use this green marker. It's just a Sharpie. I use that to draft the outlines of patterns on pattern paper. So yeah, so that resides in that bottom shelf right there that you can see. And yeah, so now they're not all stuffed in, because if you look at the one up here where the little blue scissors are, I had all of this stuffed in that one pocket. And I was just like, I'm so sick of this. Because my seam ripper would fall down deep into the pocket and I wouldn't be able to get it out. And because I've lost the cap to it, you know, I was always worried about whether I had put it in upside down or not, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I made that and it's worked really well, to be honest with you. So I'm quite pleased. Quite pleased with that. So I am going to pause here and I'm going to pause. Take a pause. And I will be right back with my top. I have to call Hagrid. Hey Hagrid, can you come in? Hagrid! Thank you, Hagrid. So, Hagrid is wearing the Goldfish Memory Shawl that I made a few weeks ago. But this is because I am pairing it with the new top I made. You can't really tell you can't really see how very bright green this top is, but it's like a tie-dye top. And I experimented with new colors, so there is a, here I'll pick you up, sorry this one is shaky. So there is a new line, so it's a double color. I also did the same with the sleeve hem. So yeah, I really like this top. I'm really super pleased with this top. Sorry, I'm dusting the top of my camera off. But yeah, and it goes great with this. All of those two things together. So yeah, so anyway, there you go. Thank you, Hagrid. I really appreciate you popping by. Hey, so thanks, Hagrid. See ya. Bye. Sure. That's about it. That's all I got for this week. Didn't seem like a whole lot, but there you go. Other than normal stuff in life, just been working on the house. Ian made this most amazing LP rack for his man cave. I really wanted to make me one. It doesn't really go with my living room and the design, which is very sort of colonial Williamsburgy, but it's like this X cross wood thing, and it's amazing. But his man cave's looking really good. I will try very hard to get some pictures from down there, and definitely of that, because that thing is pretty cool looking. Yeah, so we have been doing some garden work. Well, Ian has mostly. I just did a little bit of weeding and helped him move some things yesterday. But he's been doing a lot of work. We've cleared out, or he's cleared out from behind our fence onto the property of the, it's like a greenbelt property. Cleared out about a 6-foot swathe behind our fence. And so I think we're putting a path there to keep it down, so we'll be covering that up and leveling it. So I'll probably be in there with my rototiller, doing some rototilling, and then using a garden rake to level it all out. But yeah, what else? The basement, went down there and watched him play some games, which was pretty cool. Yeah, sewing fiasco that I talked about earlier. So I was making those overalls that I showed you the pattern of last week, and the directions were so not clear. They were so shitty, and I could not fix what I had mucked up at all. So that chambray actually went into the basket, went into the bin. Gone away, bye-bye right now to the tip. Which is so disappointing, because I really like that fabric, and I don't know if Croft Mills has any more of it, but I won't try that pattern again. I'll try to find a different overall pattern. This pattern from McCall's was not clear at all. If I can find it, I'll either put a picture or I'll put it in the down bar below. The directions were very confused, and I found out it wasn't just me. It was not just me who was confused by it. There's a lot of talk online about this pattern, which I probably should have looked up. So that's a lesson. But yeah, I was like so upset with myself, and well, because, you know, fabric costs money and no one likes to throw it away, and yeah, just upset. So yeah, so I thought, you know what, just make it gone and move on to the next project. So that's what I did. I have pulled down another pattern that you'll be seeing next week for a top that I'm going to make with that gingham check that I showed you, the black and white gingham check. I'm hoping that I have enough to double it up because I don't have any lining fabric for it, but this stuff definitely needs to be lined because it is see-through. Well, to be honest with you, I could get away with not lining it and just wearing a camisole underneath it, but I don't really want to do that, so there you go. Yeah, so other than the top that you see behind me here, I don't really have any other sewing going on right now. I have plenty of knitting going on. I'm going to take my bags down off the hook downstairs so I don't keep looking at them feeling guilty about it. And I'm going to store them away on a hook in this cupboard here, and I'm just going to, when I finish things that I really want to be working on right now, I'm going to pull them out one at a time. One of the things that is going on the hook, unfortunately, is the owl. I'm just not motivated right now. Jed's not expecting it till Halloween time anyway, so I'm pretty cool and good with that. I think the reason that I really wanted to cast those mitts on, because there's another person knitting fingerless gloves right now who gifted me a pattern, is because I needed something Halloweeny and I really wanted to work on those mitts that were gifted to me, but I don't know, I just needed something Halloweeny in my life right now. So the person who I know is watching this, I'm really sorry, but I really wanted to have some Halloween pumpkin-y stuff. But I will knit those mitts, and I'll probably do them in the same, like we talked about, you know, kind of having twin mittens with the kind of same coloring. Right, trying to think what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if anything else happened here. Nothing is happening here. The most boring house on the street. Yeah. But anyway, okay, I guess that's it. I'm gonna go before I just yammer on about any old thing and nonsense. So I hope that you're healthy and that you're staying safe during this weirdo time that's happening for all of us right now. Hopefully that will end soon and we can all, you know, start getting out and doing the things that we would normally be doing, not sitting in the house with our husband thinking of ways to entertain ourselves. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go. I will talk to you all next week. Be safe, be happy. Bye.